Welcome along to Lake Placid. We're in the heart of the wonderful Adirondack Mountains and on the banks of beautiful Mirror Lake. We're downtown Lake Placid and we're in the Olympic Center here. Fantastic venue. What a sight that is. Of course, this is the venue of the 1980 and 1932 Olympic Winter Games. There is Mirror Lake, and it's never looked better. That's the setting for day one of the World Synchronized Skating Championships for 2023. Olympic Center there, we're in the 1980 rink, which has since been renamed to the Herb Brooks Arena. That was renamed back in 2005, and of course Herb Brooks, the coach of that magnificent men's hockey team that won Olympic gold back in 1980. What a night that was, and what a night it's going to be today. This 7,500 seater stadium here, the host for the World Synchronized Skating Championships. Chris Howarth alongside Danielle Ostrawa to take you through this. It's going to be a great night, Danielle.
It's going to be an amazing night. I can't wait to see some great synchronized skating in the short program here.
Yeah, we've got 23 teams, haven't we, split into 4 groups. And it promises to be very exciting indeed. It's a seeded draw, so who should we keep our eye on?
Right, so there are a couple of really great teams to keep an eye on. Chris, I don't know if you realize, but we have 2 teams in this event where this is their first World Championships. Golden Roses from Turkey and United Angels from Germany will be making their World Championship debut. Very exciting right at the beginning there. The Icefire team from Poland, this is their second World Championship. Same with Team Inspire from Sweden, which is the new Swedish senior team. Last year they were in the top 10. They have very innovative transitions and features within their elements, so they are somebody to keep an eye on. There is a huge runoff between the Finns, the Canadians, and the Americans at the end. They are looking very promising. Rockettes, they're the reigning world champions. They're looking to reclaim that title. They've only been beaten once this year, and it's by their countryman, Team Unique. So that's going to be an interesting showdown. And then you have the Canadians. I'm sorry, Rockettes were not the reigning world champions. They are looking to become the reigning world champions. Les Supreme were the reigning world champions last year, looking to reclaim. And they've been going back and forth with their countryman Nexxice this year internationally, so that should be really interesting. Haydenettes and Miami University, looking to break into the medal arena this evening and tomorrow. Haydenettes is looking for their first gold medal. Their last medal was, I believe, in 2011. Last year they were in 5th.
Yeah.
So we are really excited to see them take the ice.
It's going to be exciting, that's for sure. We're taking a look now at the officials. And Lois Long there, the referee.
And now for our panel of judges. Judge number 1, Christopher Buchanan.
Chris Buchanan from Great Britain. Good to see him here.
Judge number 2, Yosin Serabats. Judge number 3, Angelique Clyde Smith. Judge number 4, Elisabetta Francesca Boschetto. Judge number 5, Alicia Eklo. Judge number 6, Uta Limbert. Judge number 7, Karen Wolenchuk. Judge number 8, Susana Vicarne Homoya. Judge number 9, Marielle Sartre. And now for our technical panel, the technical controller, Philippe Metro. And our technical specialists, Elena Eriksson and Anna Larmo.
are the panel of judges responsible for sorting out this World Synchro Skating Championships Day 1, the short program. It is a seeded draw, as we said, all the big guns going in the final group, and American teams disappointed to be in the penultimate group.
Yeah, they may be, but I think, you know, if they skate well and do what they know to do, they should end up in the final group in the free program tomorrow, so that will be very exciting.
Yeah, a lot at stake in this short program. Worth pointing out that Les Supreme from Canada, they had a bit of a rough skate in their nationals, didn't they? They only finished in 3rd place, and they don't have the best season's best score of the year so far. Helsinki Rockettes, they've got a 2:38.35, which is the best score so far this season, so keep your eye on them.
We will. They're going to be tough to beat.
They really are. So we're just about ready to get underway. The first team out onto the ice, and what a moment for these youngsters. The first team, Golden Roses from Turkey, out for their quick warm-up, and incidentally, they only got together back in 2022, so this is their first year. What a moment for them, coming into the World Championships after 1 year.
I'm sure they are just so thrilled to be there and enjoying the atmosphere and enjoying taking the ice at their first championships.
Yeah, well, first championship, I think it's their first international competition. I don't think they've done anything.
Oh my goodness, I can't imagine the nerves and the pressure that goes with that as well.
Well, it's certainly an exciting moment for them, and good to see the seats filling up. And, they're just going through their warm-up now. And, the first team get a couple of minutes just to get a feel for the ice. Interesting to see how the different teams use their warm-up time differently.
Yeah, you'll see some of them will do some warm-up blocks where they will do something choreographed. Some will just take a lap and sort of spread out. You can see some of the athletes will work on some of the freestyle elements that are in the programs. I've seen many teams have certain rituals that you'll see from competition to competition.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, representing Turkey, let's welcome Team Golden Roses.
So here they are. What a moment. As I said, they just got together last year. This, as far as I can tell, their first international competition, the World Championships. Wish them all the very best of luck. Team Golden Roses from Turkey.
Completing the twizzle element. Intersection. This appears to be the beginning of the no-hold element. Ball. Going into the moves element. We have another fall. And this is in their artistic element.
Well, not too bad. I mean, you have to put it into perspective, don't you? If that is their first international competition and they don't have the experience that most of the teams have, it's not a bad effort.
It's not a bad effort, and you know, it's not about necessarily what the product is that you put on the ice. It's everything that goes into it beforehand and just really trying to soak those moments in when you're out there competing.
Well, what a moment, eh? What a bit of experience for them, and a night they won't forget. Shame they had the couple of falls. Obviously, we're going to see teams a lot faster across the ice as the evening progresses.
Yes, you know, I think you have to wonder what kind of training facility they have, and if they have a full sheet of ice to practice on. It seems though they were unable to fill out the arena to its fullest potential, so I would have to wonder if they do practice on a full sheet of ice.
Yeah. And certainly the various teams have different challenges with their training, that's for sure. Thought the spiral, the moves with the spiraling was probably the highlight of the program, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was probably something that they carried the most speed through, and something that was the most effectively executed. You can see some issues in the point of intersection here, some skaters turning forward and tripping a bit. And then you could see the team, there's a fall, completing some of the features and the no holds. And here's the move element, Chris.
Yeah, I didn't think this was too bad at all.
Here we have the artistic element. You can see they changed configurations. They had some axles going off the ends. And you can just see the smiles on their faces.
So there they are, Team Golden Roses. And I can't give you a personal best score because they don't have one.
So this is going to be exciting for them.
Yeah. What an amazing moment. So just to give you an idea, when you're looking at the scores for the short program, the Helsinki Rockettes, for example, they're up in the 70s, high 70s, 77. Obviously, this is not going to be anywhere near that, but it's a starting point and very much a work in progress for this team from Turkey.
Team Golden Roses has earned in the short program 18.56 points.
So that's a good place for them to start. And that's the target for everyone else.
Next to compete and representing the Netherlands, let's welcome Team Ice United.
So here they are, the team from the Netherlands. They are part of the Bekerwee Cup down in Den Bosch in the south of the Netherlands. This is Team Ice United. And we wish them well. They're skating to Inner Fire by Coldplay.
Nice opening transition into the moves element. Into the twizzles, free leg extended, arms above the head. And here's their change of place. Twizzle Element 2 awarded by the technical panel. Nice death spiral transition into their artistic circle where they are weaving. Artistic circle 2, so that means it's confirmed. They've achieved all the features. Here's our no hold. The no hold in the short program is only based off of turn. So edge quality and turn quality is what the panel is looking for. Here they go into their whip.
Well, super. Already you can see the standard has risen quite substantially. A great effort there from Team Ice United from the Netherlands. I think they'll be pleased with that. Of course, the music fix you. Got led astray there by the biography sheet. But yes, certainly a very good performance. And when you're saying that the edge quality and the turn quality important, that's the depth of the edges and the cleanliness of the turns, isn't it?
Right, it has to be clear and it has to be recognized by the technical panel. And then of course, the judging panel is also evaluating the quality of the turns as well as the shape that they're in as they're executing those turns. So the technical panel awarded them a step 2. The highest level that can be awarded in the short program for the steps is step 4. So they didn't achieve all of the technical value there, but they did do a really nice job maintaining their shape.
Yeah, I thought when they did the artistic circle, the speed was clear to see, wasn't it?
It
was.
really
did cover some ice.
Yeah, and I thought they did a great job highlighting the music as well.
Yeah, so important. How important is it, the choice of music?
The choice of music should lead everything. It not only has to be able to communicate with the panel and the audience, but the athletes themselves need to feel that they understand their music and what they're portraying with it. So to me, it is the foundation of everything.
One of Coldplay's finest hours, I think. Great choice of music. And in the arena, this just fills the stadium, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay. They're obviously going to go way higher than the 18 points that we saw before. Their personal best this season is 45.41. So 45.28, very, very close to a personal best. They'll take that, I think. And you can see they look pleased as punch with that score. So they left it all out there, and it's the Dutch team leading. 2 out of the 23 teams have participated.
Let's give a warm welcome now to Team Icicles Senior.
Big cheer for the team from Great Britain. They train in Nottingham. Coaches Lauren Kelly and Esther Morris. To be so proud of their team here. This is Team Icicles. Team that finished 20th in the World Championships last year. Music from Beyonce.
Nice speed going into that first element, Twizzles. And here you can see them changing place. Nicely done for them. picking up some of the highlights in the music, going into that whip intersection. And here's their move element with the entire team executing the spirals. And they're beginning their no hold with their turns. And they look like they're having a blast. Here you have the skater highlighting the spin in the middle of their artistic element. Really creative change of place for them.
Yeah, really great effort from them. And this is a team that's had a pretty successful season so far this year. They won the Britannia Cup in Nottingham and then competed in Sheffield in the Steel City Trophy and won there as well. So coming here on the back of 2 victories, got to give them confidence.
Absolutely. I'm sure they're just going out there and thinking their season's been a success and let's leave it all on this ice as our last performance for the season. You can see how happy they are.
Yeah, I think it went pretty well. Love that artistic element with the Bielmann spin in the middle. Very impressive. And it seemed like another team that really covered the ice well.
They did. They had a nice amount of speed. We can see the technical panel reviewing some elements right now and looking at the moves element. There is a requirement that the moves element has to be completed within 30 meters or half the ice. And once you go outside of that, you're looking at a deduction for the element. And right now, the panel is reviewing whether or not that happened in this case.
It's a big piece of music, isn't it? I mean, you've got to get the Beyonce moves going here, haven't you?
Yeah, and I really thought that they did at the beginning. Really, really drew me in right away.
This was really cool, creating some great shapes out there on the ice. So even from that slow-mo, the unison of the turns is not bad. There's that highlight, isn't there, with the Bielmann in the middle?
Yes, it was beautiful. And you can see them just completely feeling Beyonce out there.
The scores,
So
please.
they need 45.29 or more to go into first place. That would be a huge score for them. So 39.9, it is a season's best. They're in second place in behind the Dutch team, but I think they'll take that. It's not a bad place to get your season's best, is it?
Absolutely not. If you want to get a season's best, now's the time to do it.
Next to compete and representing Latvia, let's welcome Team Amber.
So a big moment for this team. They've only competed in one international competition this year. That was in Gdansk, where they finished in 6th place. This is Team Amber from Latvia.
Seems that they are starting with their artistic element here. You can see the spinner going into the center. They've chosen a wheel. And the change of shape. Right into the moves. Some free leg height issues on the moves. So the panel will be looking at how high those spirals are going. And then right into the twizzle element. And some unison issues on the first twizzle. Really nicely executed change of place there. The whip intersection, shape issue going in. And then lastly, their no-hold element. Oh, and the front flips, which are a fan favorite. Really intricate, interesting ending.
Well, another great effort, and they look thrilled with how things went out there. It's a big moment for them. They haven't competed in the World Championships but since back in 2019. In recent years, for sure, they haven't been inside the top 20. Could that be enough for them here? That's Team Amber. Gave it their best.
They sure did. I really enjoyed the intensity of that music.
Yeah, the music Clubbed to Death by Pete Tong. And it's a powerful piece. The thing that impressed me was the way they changed the tempo as the music got more powerful in the second half. They changed their rhythm with it, didn't they?
They did, and you could see them getting more aggressive with their skating down into their knees a bit more and picking up more power, so that was nice to see. Beautiful interpretation at the beginning.
Areas they've got to work on, and the unison on the turns. I can imagine getting a team to get synchronized on those twizzles. Very, very difficult. It takes hours of practice.
It takes a lot of practice. It's not just, you know, the synchronization of the turns themselves, but it's also maintaining the shape. And with the features that have been included this season, there have been changes, and so you have to change places with other skaters and change shapes in the middle of the element while doing that difficult twizzle element.
Yeah, those front flips, very impressive. So what do they need? They need 45.29 to go into the lead. Remember, it's the Dutch team. Team Ice United leading at the moment.
Team Amber has earned in the
So
short
32.64, that'll put them into third place at the moment. So it's the Dutch team leading, then the Brits in second, the Latvians go into third, and Team Golden Roses for Turkey in fourth at the moment. One more team to go before the ice cuts.
Representing Japan, Team Jingu Ice Messengers.
Well, this team I saw last weekend. They participated in the Ice Gala at the World Championships in Saitama. Very impressive they were as well. We wish them well. This is Team Jingu ice messengers from Japan.
Picking up great speed here at the beginning. Into the move element. Really nice pattern across the ice. Into their twizzles and 2 lines. Very nice, not something you see a ton of. There they go, changing position. Really well done. Nice seamless transition into their artistic element. They're choosing to do the circle. To the next whip element. No hold. You can see they're changing shape in the middle of these turns. Not required, but certainly does give the judges something really nice and different to see.
Oh yes, really enjoyed that. You see the technical score, by far and away the best that we've had so far. At least a couple of points, and who knows, may go up a little bit more yet. I feel like their second score could be good because the skating quality from this team was excellent, wasn't it? The depth of the edge, the speed that they had, the control, very, very good.
It was. I was blown away by the unison with this team. I just, you know, through the turns, through the twizzles, as you mentioned, with the depth of edge that they had, it just really stood out to me how in unison they were.
Yeah, for a team so early on. Remember, as I said before, it is a seeded draw, so the draw going on the best scores that they've had this season. I think it could be a team that skated out of the box a little bit.
Definitely. I definitely think that they just made a big statement, lots of impact. Very, very well done. The choreography was excellent. There was lots of good body movement in there that you don't always see, especially in the early groups.
Yeah, last week they did their free program in the Ice Gala, and that was impressive too. But this, I thought, was just a super start.
It was great. Very, very creative entrance to that. You didn't see it coming. They are showing a fall in this element, although I'm not sure the camera captured it. They all hold their backs very well, even through all the body movements, so that's really nice to see. Program had a lot of really nice layers to it.
Yeah, it seems to me that it's the first program where there seems to have been a real attention to detail.
I would absolutely agree with you on that.
The scores, please.
So 56 they've had this season. Can they get more than that? 53.02. That puts them into the lead by some way.
53.02 points.
Dutch team,
They are
remember, got
currently in
45.
first place.
Just over 45 points. So that's how they stand after 5 teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have a
Jingu
short
Ice
break
Messengers
for
way
ice
out in
resurfacing,
front,
and we will continue the
53.02.
competition at 6:50
So
p.m.
all the big guns still to go. Remember, we've got Team Supreme, the defending champions. They will be first to go in the final group. Then Team Nexxice, looking forward to seeing them. The Helsinki Rockettes at the end. They were third last year, but they have the highest score of the season so far. So a lot to look forward to. Stay with us. We've got an ice resurface coming up now, and we should be back in around 20 minutes or so. So stay with us, and we'll see you in a moment. Bye for now.
Synchronized skating trivia competition. Coming up in about 10 minutes. Don't go away. Not that you can change this channel. See you back here in just a little bit. 117 is in the books. The ice resurfaced. Our next group should take to the ice in about 13 minutes or so. Let's go ahead and meet the teams competing next here at the 2023 World Synchronized Skating Championships. Skates US is proud to be an official supplier of US figure skating. Share vision of Skates US vendor booth for video booth fitting and purchase skating accessories. Tech work also available by specialists in the Skates US vendor booth. Anytime skating competitions such as this, one of the great things is making new friends. I know how to. I'm joined by and it is the same last name. How about that? You two know each other?
Yes.
How do you know her?
She's my mother.
Makes a lot more sense. This is why advanced research is so important. Lily, how old are you?
I am 9.
9 years old. And do you skate?
Yes.
Synchro?
Yeah.
So have you ever seen synchronized skating before?
This is my first time.
What do you think so far?
Amazing.
It is amazing. I think you're amazing too. Where are y'all from?
We just moved to Lake Placid in August.
You moved, okay. So not a terrible drive coming in today.
Very easy.
Okay, good for you guys. And are you a skater as well?
Very new skater.
And you guys are taking classes at the same time?
I take lessons during the day while she's at school.
Okay, you know what? So, do you know much about synchronized skating since this is your very first competition ever?
No.
You?
No.
Okay, that's gonna work out great, because I brought the two of you up here to take part in the synchronized skating trivia competition. This is gonna go great. This is gonna go great. Let me grab my questions. Just come on over here. Okay, hold this for me for a moment, okay?
Hi. How are you doing?
You're doing great work. You can take my job pretty quick, no problem. Okay, so 3 questions for each of you. Whoever gets the most correct is going to win a prize. If one of you nails all 3, I'll throw in a bonus prize to move to. Let's start with... let's start with you. Okay. What was synchronized skating originally known as? You have 3 seconds. As was one of the ones that thought about doing that. Precision skating or precision team skating. All right. All right, Lily, we'll go with you. First question. What figure skaters wear on their feet? Skates is absolutely right, 1 for 1. It's small so far, Mom. Question number 2. What year was the first international synchronized skating competition?
I'm going to go with 1992.
Close. Wrong. Still 1989. 1989. Sweet number 17. All right, Lily. You're a skater. What are you working on right now?
I'm working on the waltz jump.
Can you show us a waltz jump? Sure. Come on right here. She can't show us a waltz jump. She's 2 for 2. You just got your trivia question right because you showed that you can. 1 more for you, Mom. Let's see if you get any of these right. People disappointed with it. You're doing great. You're doing great. Miami University won the U.S. Championship in portrait in 2009. What was their overall competition score?
45.07.
I got a lot to learn. That's all right. That's okay. We're here to educate. You were so close. Off by 160. This is right in there. 204.72. I think we all knew that. Final question comes to you, Lily. Bonus prize if you get all 3. Are you ready?
I guess.
That's right. Yes, you are. That's your question. You just got it right. Lily, you just get a prize back from U.S. Figure Skating. I got a brand new hat for you. And another hat. And a t-shirt. And you know what kids love? Kids love coffee mugs. Kids love coffee mugs too. Put your hands together for Lily. Knows way more about synchronized skating than Mom. We're here to educate you as well. All right, Lily, you got one more job to do for me. Okay, just repeat it. Yeah, you say that.
Get ready, everybody. More Synchro is coming up.
back. You join us just in the nick of time. It's our sixth team out on the ice now, and it's a team from Spain. This is Team Fusion, just getting ready to go through their warm-up. It's a team who competed in Gdansk this year when they finished in 5th place. They were 17th in the World Championships last year, and that is their best result in recent years. Looking pretty impressive as they warm up down here.
Absolutely, and something I love about Spain is if you look down at their blades, they have the Spanish flag colors on them. So that's very unique to this team.
So that's how they stand going into this. We've had 5 teams already. And the Japanese, who were very impressive. Jingu Ice Messengers, last escape in the opening group, leading at the moment. So at the target, everybody else 53.02. And this team has had a personal best of 42.28. Got that in the Mozart Cup this year. So, they've got a skater blinder here if they want to go into the lead. Music for the Spanish team is Across the Stars.
Welcome, Team Fusion.
Yeah, you really sense the atmosphere's building now.
A lot of excitement going on. You can hear the crowd getting louder and louder.
So here they are, Team Fusion.
Really interesting features in that artistic element. Nice spirals. Very creative pattern on the ice. Good job with unison and shape in that element. Good speed coming out of that whip intersection. You can see here they're starting their normals with their turn. Quiet skating as the music fades away.
A really super effort there. And as you look at those boxes at the top, the green lights, that's always good news to see. There's 5 elements in this short program. they had green lights, which means they're getting a positive GOE, a positive grade of execution on 4 of the 5 elements. The grey box means that they got base value for that element. And looking down, I think that's gone, yeah, that's gone to a positive GOE as well now. So, yeah, green lights right the way across at the moment.
Yeah, this team should be really, really proud of themselves.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of really nice qualities to them.
The elements just being removed now. They're still going to be okay. I think they get the thumbs up from the judges. So their personal best is, or their season's best is 42.28. And if they can get somewhere, they're going to get them into 3rd place. If they can up it a bit, they need 45.28 or more to go into 2nd place. Possibility.
I definitely think it's a possibility. They seem to be skating with a lot of ease. It looked pretty effortless for them, so that was nice to see. You can see in the review here, there are a few skaters who tap their foot down in the middle of the twizzles. So that's something that the technical panel will be reviewing as well as the judges.
So that artistic wheel at the beginning, they got a level 2 for that. How can they get the level up on that element?
That actually is the highest that that level
Okay.
can achieve. So they did
Well,
get
they
full
did.
value for that.
Oh, that's a great start to the program, then, isn't it?
It is. And I really did enjoy the pattern for that blues element, and it's looking like that was the highest scoring element from the judges for them. It's a very interesting pattern I have not seen before.
So 53 or above would get them into 1st place. Do you think they're going to do that? But 45.29 or more for 2nd? Could they possibly do that?
The scores for
Oh
Team
yes,
Fusion.
season's best, 45.46. They go to 2nd place, and you can see just what it means.
This is a season's
Yes,
best.
they're so excited,
are
and they should
currently
be. They should
in
be so
second
proud of
place.
themselves.
Yeah, skated really, really well. So they slot in behind the Japanese team and ahead of Team Ice
They
United
compete for
from
Australia.
the
Ladies and
Netherlands.
gentlemen,
Fantastic
let's
stuff.
welcome Team Unity.
Beaming smiles from the team that finished in 18th place last year. This is Team Unity from Australia. Never Tear Us Apart, the music. Great choice. Bit of Michael Hutchins. Can't beat that.
Oh, and a fall right at the beginning, really unfortunate. Did a nice job getting in before the start of the element. Really nice, challenging knee slide as a transition. Nice long exit edge on the end of that first twizzle.
what a shame.
Unfortunate fall. That'll hurt them in the middle of an element. can see looking down the camera that some of the skaters aren't taking the same size lobes and edges that some of the other skaters are taking. So there's a little bit of a lack of unison there.
But it was a good recovery, wasn't it? Disappointing that they had a couple of falls there, and particularly that second one. I thought he was going to stay on his feet, and he just couldn't hang on, could he?
Ladies
It
and
was
gentlemen,
close.
Team
Those
Unity.
twizzles are tricky.
They certainly are, and they catch them out, don't they? I tell you what, the thing that struck me about this team was the variance in levels of the skaters, which it must be difficult when you're in a team sport like that, and you've got some really good skaters and some that are not quite as good as far as the edge quality goes.
Yeah, it's really complicated because there are only 16 on the ice, so you can't really hide anything. You know, you have to do your best to bring everybody up to the same level.
It's another team with not an awful lot of international experience over the last few years. They did compete at the Worlds last year where they finished in 18th place, with 15th back in 2019. A couple of years hiatus at the World Championships for the synchronized skaters due to COVID, of course. It would have been a disappointing start for them, that fall right at the beginning.
Yes, but the recovery was really nice. I'm glad that they were able to get it together before the start of the element, because that's very important.
And there's nothing you can do about that. Got up quickly though.
Full value call on that intersection. You're looking for the shape before to be nice and symmetrical and round, like a half a circle, and then for it to unravel into two lines before they intersect. They did a really nice job at that.
So they'd be looking for 53 going to the lead. They've got 2-point deductions for the fall, which is going to hurt them. 45.47 or more to get them into second. It's going to be third, I think, fourth place. It's tight round there. So
They are
it's
currently in fourth
place for Team Unity from Australia. That's how they stand at the moment.
Next, competing for the Czech Republic, Team Olympia.
So this team got inside the top 10 last year, finished in 9th place, and they've had a pretty good season so far. We wish them well here. Team Olympia from the Czech Republic. Smooth Criminal. It's a bit of a Michael Jackson medley actually from them. Should be fun.
Great speed going into that twizzle element. Some trouble finding that new shape during the second twizzle, but you can see they found it again right after. Lots of energy and attack from this group. Really, really well executed whip intersection. The spacing was nice and even, and you don't see that from everybody. Hitting some really nice musical highlights in the middle of the required turns.
Nailed it. Really enjoyed that. The energy level has certainly gone up a notch, that's for sure. Didn't see too many mistakes in there. One of the things that really impressed me with this team, Daniel, was that when they got out of shape, it didn't take them long to sort it out and get back into the pattern.
They knew exactly where they needed to be, and they knew how to adjust when it wasn't exactly what it needed to be like. So that's really nice to see. You can tell they're well practiced. And sometimes the best thing for training is to practice all those little mistakes.
Yeah, that's right. It's learning how to get out of trouble, isn't it? I really enjoyed it. I loved the way they picked out the nuances in the music.
Especially in that no-hold element. What a way to finish the program. It just kept building with all the energy. And I think they could feel it from the crowd as well.
Yeah, the crowd building all the time, which is always good to see. There's always a fantastic atmosphere at any synchronized skating event, isn't there?
It is. It's just an amazing community. It's so supportive. Now, you will see that even though there were no falls in this program, there will be a deduction of 1.5. And again, that's because the element was wider than it should have been.
Yeah, right from the off, the unison between them was probably second to none. They're going to give the Japanese a run for their money, I think.
They are. Lots of exhilarating choreography where it looks like they're almost going to hit and then they just fly right by each other. Little tricks here and there.
And the timing between them on that, I mean, it had to be good, didn't it? Because you're hitting the beat of the music. But they did it very, very well.
It's a risk, but they nailed it.
Yeah, got to be pleased with that.
The scores, please.
Okay, 53.03 to go into the lead. They
Olympia
could well
has
do that.
earned in the short program.
Oh, close. Second place,
52.18
52.18.
points. They are currently in second place.
So that deduction hurting them there. And their confirmation. Without that deduction, they'd be leading
Ladies
at this
and gentlemen,
stage.
our next team competes for Italy. Let's welcome Team Hot Shivers.
So the Italians on the ice now. They finished in 11th place last year. Did get inside the top 10 back in 2019. They'd love to do that again. Here's the start of their campaign at these World Championships. Team Hot Shivers from Italy.
They're really maintaining their shape well. Nice, quiet skating, which is imperative when you're skating to a soft piece of music like this. Nicely done whip, that left side of may have opened just a bit early there, but we'll see how the technical panel feels about it. Nicely done, Twizzle Element. Seamless from the beginning shape to the end shape.
That was beautiful right from the off. I think a perfect choice of music for this team. Love the quality of the turns in that opening section. Really super chop tours into the loops. Nice quality. Great way to start.
Yes, they had some of the best turns since the Japanese team that we saw. I thought the unison was great. They were awarded almost full value for those turns, and I agree it was a perfect choice for them. They're very elegant, and they did a great job with that piece.
Yeah, this is a team that's been in the 60s in the short program. Could that be enough? They're going to be knocking on the door. They're going to be there or somewhere, aren't they? There or thereabouts, that's for sure. They seem absolutely thrilled with how things went out there. Just remind us, the Japanese team still leading. But will they be after this score? There's a lot of excitement down there.
I love when you can see the interaction between the coach and the skaters.
Yeah, Andrea Ghilardi, who coaches them in Italy. Yeah, I thought right from the off there was a sense of quality, wasn't there?
And confidence.
Yeah, that's key, I suppose. That come out with all guns blazing.
Here's their whip intersection. You're looking for them all to intersect at the same time, so that was pretty close. Finding that shape right away. Very well done.
And again, when they did get out of shape, they were very quickly on it, weren't they?
Very quickly, and there were very few that were out of shape.
Looking down, every single element has been given a thumbs up from the judges. So, let's see if they can go into the lead. 53.03. You fancy it was a pretty good skate from this team.
Team Hot Shivers has.
Oh yes, 58.93. We've got new leaders now. Team Hot Shivers out in front ahead of the Japanese team. It's the Czech team, Team Olympia, in third place now.
Our next team competes for Sweden. Here is Team Inspire.
So next up, team from Sweden. They finished in 10th place last year in the World Championships. He's getting to Black Betty, Team Inspire.
Tons of speed right off the bat. Here they go into their whip, picking up a ton of speed. Nice unison on that first twizzle. Oh, missed connection, almost a fall. So we'll see that from the judges. Nice use of levels and some intricate footwork in this no hold. Oh, quick fall down and up. But again, that's going to hurt because it's in an element.
Well, I've got to say, I love the concept of the program. Thought it was super. The way they came out and attacked the program right from the off, it was so impressive. Such
Ladies
a
and
pity they had
gentlemen,
those couple of
Team
mistakes.
Inspire.
It really is, but honestly, they didn't skip a beat. That energy kept building and building until the end. It was really nice to see, and I agree. Great choice for them. Lots of speed, lots of energy.
Yeah, this is a team that's been over 60, haven't they? So 61 they got. So that's what the sort of score they'd be looking for. They want to throw down the gauntlet to the teams that are to come. Remember, we've got the two American teams after the ice reset, so things are really going to hot up then. The Haydenettes and Miami University. And, really important for this team to do what they can and throw down the gauntlets. Synchronized skating is so popular in Scandinavia.
It really is. I mean, and they bring everybody with them when they go to events, so I'm sure that there are plenty of fans in the crowd there cheering them on.
Wait to be seen just how crucial those mistakes are. So, looking down a couple of the elements, obviously because of the mistakes, are going to get negative GREs, which is going to hurt them.
It really is a shame. You know, this team is so young and so new, and I just think that there's a lot of really nice qualities that they have, and they're going to be a team that everyone's going to want to watch out for soon.
Yeah, interestingly, the mistakes, I mean, it was about damage limitation almost, because they actually haven't got any deductions for falls. So that's going to stand them in good stead, even though they are going to get the negative GRE. So maybe it's not going to hurt them too much. Yeah, really interesting choreography all the way through that. Okay, so 58.94 for the lead. 53.03 or above would get them into second place. It's going to be close. I think they needed a clean skate to take the lead. We'll have to wait and see. Striker pose. Moments for them. I think that was a classic example of choosing the right piece of music for the team. It really suited them.
It really did. They've just got so much spunk and energy, and the quickness of the music was perfect for them.
thought it was. But,
The scores, please.
so the score has gone down. Oh, it's not fair, is it? Keeping them waiting like this.
I can't even imagine how they feel right now.
More nervous than when they were skating, I
Probably.
would imagine. Yeah.
Team Inspire has earned in the short program.
Oh, 56.3. They would have been hoping for more than that. Remember, 61.18. Their personal or their season's best score. But they do go into second place in behind their Hot Shivers from Italy.
Competing next for Croatia, let's welcome Team Zagreb.
So we've got one more team before the next ice resurface, and this is a team that finished in 22nd place in the World Championships last year. Big moment for them. It's the Zagreb Snowflakes representing Croatia.
So nice shape throughout here, but you can see the edge quality is not quite as deep as some of the other teams, especially in that first series, mostly in a straight line down the ice. I think that was a good choice for the Twizzles for this team. And here we're looking for the spirals to be held at 135 degrees. So you can see several of these legs are a bit too low, so the technical panel will review that. Really nice ending to that program.
Yes, an energetic choice of music, wasn't it? Na 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 by Vaya Con Dios. And I thought they interpreted it very well. Yeah, you could see, couldn't you? Certainly going back to back after the Swedish team, that the quality of the edges and the turns, as you pointed out, not quite as deep. But what they did for the ability of the skaters, I thought they did really well.
I completely agree, and as I mentioned earlier, I think that twizzle element was a really nice choice. They looked like they were in control of those twizzles, like they were confident in them, and it was something that they could execute really well, so I applaud them for that.
Yeah, I mean, that must be a key thing, making up the program within the constraints of the ability of the team.
Absolutely. You have your athletes, and everything sort of originates from them and what they can and can't do.
This team did well in the Santa Claus Cup this season, and they finished in 5th place. It's a really good result for them. They'd certainly love to be getting up around top 10 placing if they possibly could here. I'm sure they've done enough to be able to do that, but it certainly was a good effort.
Here they're showing their whip intersection. You're looking for them to do not more than one full rotation before they intersect. And there you could see the majority of the team was doing much more than that. So they will be reducing the level for that.
The transitions between the elements was good for this team.
Absolutely. I just thought it seemed like it was very strategically done to highlight the skaters, and I think they did a remarkable job with that.
So, just to put it into perspective, their season's best score is 35.18. They got that in the Spring Cup this year. Can they possibly beat that here? Not quite, 34.78. It is 9th place for them, so couple of teams behind them. That's how they stand. It's a fantastic performance from the Italians, who lead at the moment. Team Hot Shivers out in front, with Inspire just behind them, and then the Japanese team knocked down into 3rd place now, the early leaders. But it's been fascinating so far. We're almost at the halfway stage, and coming up after the ice resurface, we've got the Haydenettes. That's always fun to watch. Remember, they're 5 times bronze medalists at the World Championships, and Team Miami University, 2nd they were in 2007. So they'll be ones to watch, and the first of a couple of Finnish teams, Team Unique, participating after the ice cut. So stay with us. We'll be back in just around 20 minutes or so. You won't want to miss what's coming up. Back in a moment.
craft, or fit, comes first. Like I say, I want to welcome back to the 2023 World Synchronized Skating Championships. Look at this! He just stuck in the shot. I love that he's 10. Yeah, you're great. 1992 Olympic silver medalist, now the director of sport here for Orta, Paul Wiley! How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Welcome everybody. It's so great to have everyone here. Welcome to Lake Placid, and we are so thrilled to have the World Synchronized Skating Championships here.
This was quite the undertaking. Obviously playing here to have it in 2020. Not sure if anybody pays real close attention to the news. Stuff went on, and it wasn't able to happen. Tell me about all that's gone into it now to be able to bring it back here and have this event in 2023.
Well, I mean, we were all set to have it, so there were a lot of plans that we had made, but then we had to resell the tickets, and it was an education process as usual, to get people to be like, now, how does this work? And so once they're here, though, I think that people are very excited to be in Lake Placid and to see synchronized skating at its best.
It's the place is kind of been rocking, just walking into the building, coming from the 32 ring, coming on over here. There's just kind of a different level of excitement. You can eat it a whole lot, but synchronized is a whole different animal.
That's right, and I've never been to a synchronized skating competition. I'm embarrassed to say it. So here I am, and I am blown away. It's so much fun to watch. The energy is huge. I love to see, the skating skills and these athletes from all over the world doing stuff. And the backwards splicing really scares me every time.
My favorite was, I haven't seen synchronized figure skating. I'll just set up a competition and bring it to me. That's a great idea. Tell us about what your role is here in Lake Placid. I want to get this right. Director of Sport of Orta. What is Orta?
So Orta is the New York State Olympic Regional Development Authority, and so we're in charge of all of the Olympic facilities. We had the 1932 games and the 1980 games. We also had a little competition this year, the World University Games. So we have events and training that take place, and so it's not just the Olympic Center and the Oval, which has these three rinks, and we were the home to the Miracle on Ice, but also, the ski jump complex and the Olympic Sports Complex, which is known in Overberg, where there are sliding sports, bobsled, skeleton, and luge. And if you get a chance to go,
Director of Sport here, Olympic silver medalist Paul Blackley. Like I said, a couple Americans talking right now. We got a couple American teams coming up in a little bit. Just look, the teams coming up in our next group.
This is our second season in senior. Good luck to all of you for this competition. Enjoy skating in this beautiful ice rink and showing off with the program for the last night of the season. We can't wait to show you our spicy and magical programs. But we also can't wait to see you on it.
Welcome back. So here we go. We're at the halfway stage and things really starting to hot up now. It's a team on the ice now that won a bronze medal at the World Championships back in 2016. That's how it stands going into this. We're up to 12 teams now participating. Well, 11 participating. The 12th team on the ice now. From the atmosphere, from the noise in the arena, you can guess where they're from. It's the first of two American teams that we're going to see on the ice. It's the Haydenettes. They've been bronze medalists at the World Championships no less than 5 times. And they would love to win a medal here. That's the reception that greets them. How do you fancy their chances, Danielle?
They are definitely in it this year, so we'll see what they do. They need a really nice, clean skate to get to the top. That top is really tight and competitive, so I think this is the first time in a few years where they've really got a chance to do something major here.
The 2 American teams in this group, the penultimate group of this short program here in Lake Placid. Fantastic venue, fantastic atmosphere, and now things really starting to hot up. You can hardly hear yourself thinking there, can you?
I can't imagine being there right now.
Our next team represents the United States
On
of
the ice.
America. Please welcome Team Haydenettes.
So here we go. This team has got a personal best of 71.57. Well, that's their season's best. So on paper, they should go shooting into the lead here. It's the Haydenettes for the USA. And their music, Good Times Roll. Should be fun.
Lots of personality to start this program, and lots of speed. Great speed and flow going from the beginning to the end of that element. You can see them really pressing those edges. A little bit of loss of shape there in that back line especially. Oh, 2, 1, 2. We'll see how they call that, if those are falls or there was a complete loss of balance. Really interesting pattern for that twizzle element. It was really nicely done.
Oh, what a shame. Picked a challenge for a podium place. They really needed to skate clean, didn't they? They could not make a mistake because on paper, looking at the season scores, they're 4 or 5 points off the mark. So it needed to be as good as it possibly could have been. I mean, the crowd did everything they could, didn't they, to help them on their way?
Absolutely, and I don't know that the crowd had to work too hard. That program just brings a lot of life out of everybody that gets to watch it. So a lot of good stuff there that is really unfortunate with the falls.
Yeah, 2 deductions.
2 deductions.
That's a killer, isn't it?
That's rough in the short program. It's hard to come back from that, but we'll see what everybody else does. And
Yeah,
They did their best.
They did. That's a situation, isn't it? In the short, you can't really win the event, but you can get yourself in a position where you can lose it.
You can
in the
lose
short.
it.
It's do or die, this short program. And the technical panel having a good look. I've got to say, I thought the no-hold element, I thought was sensational. That was just before the fall. It's the first team where I've really seen or noticed a lovely rise and fall in the knee, where they're really pushing against the skate.
Yeah, you could see them really pressing those edges around. It was really impressive. And these free leg positions and the spirals, just completely still and strong and secure. The height is great.
Yeah, they made it look easy, but there's a lot of work going on there.
Well, the stuff that looks the best, you know, looks the easiest, and it's the hardest to do. Here we go with the fall bump. Spacing a little bit off there.
Don't that feel real funky, y'all?
Now their game plan here had to be come out, skate clean, and throw down the gauntlet. I mean, this is really where the competition starts, isn't it?
The scores, please.
So where will they be?
Team Haydenettes has earned in the short
64-77.
program
It is the lead, but
64.77 points.
it's a
They
long
are
way off their
currently in
season's
first
best,
place.
and they're leading at the moment, but there's some big teams to come. We'll have to see how that plays out.
Competing next for Poland, let's welcome Team Icefire Senior.
So this team finished in 16th place last year. A relatively inexperienced team. They got together back in 2021. So you can imagine the work that they've had to put in to get themselves ready for these World Championships. Skating to Backstage Romance. It's Icefire from Poland.
You know, it's interesting. Their feet seem to be in pretty strong unison, but their upper body is a little bit out of sync with one another. Really nice whip intersection, nice and accurate. That's the first catch foot twizzle we've seen in the event so far. Really nice change of place. Oh, and the death spirals off of the line. Very exciting.
That is so impressive. Remember, when you're watching this, this is a team that formed in 2021. And here they are at the World Championships a couple of years later and looking very, very strong indeed. A really good challenge.
Ladies and
Some
gentlemen,
amazing highlights.
Icicles
The twizzles
Senior.
were amazing. And it was good on the intersection as well. They held the rotation as late as they possibly could. It must be so tempting to turn.
It is, you know, you get a little bit eager and you want to jump the gun and get through the hole without, you know, creating any issues. And so there's a lot of patience that you have to practice there. I'm so impressed with this team and how young they are and how new they are and what they're able to accomplish.
Well, the atmosphere building all the time, I can tell you. And the level of the skating is going up and up. And I tell you what, this young, new Polish team didn't look out of place at all in the penultimate group of a World Championships.
No, they really didn't. It's remarkable. The amount of work that goes into building a team that new. They should be very proud of themselves.
You know what that's all about.
I do.
You're the head coach of Teams Elite, and the junior team's been one of the best teams in the world this year, hasn't it? Amazing achievement. This was so
There they go,
impressive.
holding, waiting. Really nice rotations. And then you could hear the crowd go crazy over this.
So much going on. Yeah, for a relatively inexperienced team, well, really an inexperienced team, they could have taken it easy, but they didn't take the easy road at all.
They didn't, and I really hope it pays off for them.
So, 51.88 is their best score. Oh, yes! So 54.13. It is fourth place, but that is a season's best by some way for this team. And well deserved. So they go in behind it, Inspire, the Swedish team, and ahead of the Japanese team, who we thought were sensational here.
We did, yes.
On behalf of the United States of America, let's welcome Team Miami University.
So back to the USA and listen to the reception for this team. They were 6th last year. 2nd they were back in 2007. Their bid for a place on the podium, could it happen here in Lake Placid? We'll find out soon. Team Miami University for the USA. Dream on, the music.
Very creative use of features in that artistic wheel. Lunge into their twizzles. Creating some really interesting patterns on the ice going into that whip. Really well done intersection. love how this element builds with the music.
Oh, that could not have gone any better. That's Miami University, I think, at their very, very best there.
They are on fire tonight. I mean, they were attacking from the very second they got going, and they didn't let up, and they kept building with the music. I agree, I don't think they could have skated any better.
Really super. Well, it's all smiles as they come off the ice. The transitions were silky smooth.
You didn't feel like you were watching one element to the next. It felt like it just was all blending in together. You could see how happy those coaches are.
Just the coaches, I mean, the skaters and the substitutes on the side as well. What a moment for them. Look at the timing through those twizzles.
Great unison, great shape. Beautiful intersection.
Yeah, they kept the formation quite well through that, didn't they? The
They really did,
spirals
yeah.
so strong. Kept going forever. Sammy Levine in the middle there. She looks pleased. So, 65.43 is their season's best score. I don't honestly think they could have skated it much better. Can they beat that? Wow, 70.07. They go shooting into the lead, and that is a real challenge for a medal. That's put them in a very good position going into the free, hasn't it?
It really has. Look at how excited they are. That has to feel amazing.
Well, they skated it so well. It's not really a surprise, is it, that score? But the mums and dads and all the relatives, friends and family, that's what it means. There's so much effort goes into this.
Our next team competes for Switzerland. Let's welcome Team Starlight Elite.
So next up, the team that finished in 14th place last year, bronze medalists in the Cup of News. Let's see what's in store for the team from Switzerland. It's Team Starlight Elite.
Really nice synchronized quick rotations with that first twizzle. Really nicely done. accenting the music really well with that artistic element. Issues with that twizzle there. Beautiful movement coming right towards the panel.
It was a really good effort, wasn't it, from the Swiss team there? And just to put it into perspective, they're not competing with the likes of the two American teams, but maybe with the Japanese, who are down in 6th place at the moment. That's the sort of place that they would be expecting. Remember, they're 14th last year. Could they get themselves inside the top 10? That's got to be sort of their goal, hasn't it?
I would imagine it is, and you know, I think they did everything that they could out there, and really clean, confident skating.
The draw could play in their favor, couldn't it, as well? Skating in this penultimate group just after the Americans. They've got a Finnish team coming up next. It's all hugs in the kiss and cry. They seem pretty pleased with how things have gone.
Something I thought this team did really well was their projection with all of their body movement. It wasn't that they were just communicating with their teammates, but they were projecting up into the audience, which was really nice to see.
A few of those spirals probably not high enough, are they?
Yeah, they're probably going to receive a downgrade from the technical panel for the spiral leg height. And then you can see a couple of the skaters putting their feet down during the twizzle element. Hard to see when they're all doing it at once, but when you look closely, you can see some of the touchdowns. I really loved this coming straight at the panel.
The program put together really well, focusing on the most important people in the audience as far as the marks are concerned. So 52.45 is their season's best score.
Starlight in lead.
51.95, so close to a personal best. It is 8th place, and we've got some big teams still to go. So they'll have to wait and see how things pan out. But that's the situation at the moment at the top. It's in America, 1-2.
Our next team represents Finland. Let's welcome Team Unique.
So Finland's such a hotbed for synchronized skating, and this a very good team indeed. They were 4th back in 2018 and in 2016 as well. They come here on the back of a win in the Olympia Cup in Eindhoven. This is Team Unique from Finland.
Very interesting pattern with the spiral. Lots of speed. so much power behind each of their strokes. Love that twizzle element with the interaction between the skaters, in between the twizzles. So much speed through that. They accelerated through the intersection. The unison, the depth of edge we keep talking about, they've got it all. Wow.
Goodness gracious me. That was exceptional. Now, in complete contrast to the Swiss team that we saw before this team really is challenging for the lead here, and they want to throw down the gauntlet to the final group. They've put down a marker here, and I think it's a pretty big one.
I completely agree with you. They looked like they were in command and in control. There was no holding back. They went big, and they should be rewarded for it.
Yeah, Finland flying high at the moment, aren't they, as far as the Synchro is concerned, because the top team, the Rockettes, who will be last to skate, they have the highest total score out of any of the teams this season so far, so they probably go into this as favorites.
They are, and Team Unique is the only team to have beaten them this season, just recently at their national, so it is going to be interesting to see, and both teams are fabulous.
Well, that's ruined the Americans' party, isn't it? Every single shot that you look at, even under the scrutiny of the super slow-mo, just defy belief.
I just can't get over how much energy and commitment they have to every single movement, all the way to their fingertips.
Yeah, for me, I think that this team by far and away had the best upper body movement out of any of the teams we've seen so far.
And in unison, which just makes it that much harder. You can see them all giving 110% the entire way through.
Well, that was quite the performance, that's for sure. So 71.37 is their best score this season. God, sneaky feeling they could blow that out of the water here.
I think they will, so I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for these scores.
So 70.08 is the leading score at the moment. Hang on to your hats. Oh, look at that. 76.13, that is a huge score in the short program. So Team Unique for Finland goes shooting into the lead, and look at the margin there. They really have thrown down a marker and made a statement here in this penultimate group.
Now from Germany is Team United Angels.
So on the ice now, a team skating to bust your windows. The team's from Germany, it's United Angels.
Really like that second intersection of spirals after the first one was done. Shape issues there, but quickly back into their 4x4. Oh, an unfortunate fall from a stop. That symmetry before they open up into the two lines, and a collision there in the intersection, which is a mandatory reduction from the judging panel. Picking up some good speed here at the end into this artistic element.
Well, I tell you what, for a team competing in the World Championships for the first time, that is not a bad effort at all. I thought they did some things really, really well. It's a shame that they got out of shape a couple of times, and that one fall obviously is going to hurt them, but so many times they look so impressive.
I completely agree. For a first-time team, I'm blown away. The move element for me was stand out for them. I think that's a really strong element for them. And I was also really impressed with their artistic element there at the end. So they should be nothing but proud.
Imagine the experience that's gained from coming here to Lake Placid, competing in the World Championships, the confidence they're going to take back with them to Germany. And they may be a team to keep your eye on in the future.
Absolutely.
Had a pretty busy season. Competed in the Cup of News when they won the silver medal. Silver medalists in Riga as well this season. It's not been too bad, has it?
Definitely not.
And again, this team obviously not challenging for the lead here. Their season's best scores 57.85. They'd love to get up around 60 if they possibly could, but I just think the mistakes that they had in the program are going to cost them. And there's one of them.
Here you see them going into that whip. Almost everybody threw it exactly at the same time, but then we had that little bump. The skaters off their axis there.
Did well to stay on their feet, though.
They sure did. And that is challenging when you're going in with all of that speed and you bump another person.
So much going on. Well, there they are. United Angels from Germany. 57.85, their season's best. We don't think they're going to get close to that because of the mistakes, and of course the 1 point deduction for the fall. Yeah, 54.64. They couldn't have expected much more than that.
No, I think they should be really proud of themselves, and that's quite a name to make for themselves here in their first World Championships.
Yeah, so they're in 6th place. We still have 6 to go, and they are the highest ranked teams in the world at the moment. That's how it stands. That is a huge score, though, isn't it? That's 76.13 from Team Unique. They have really put down a marker.
They really have. There is quite a gap there between the top three even, so it'll be interesting to see how everybody else files in.
Yeah, when we look at the teams that are still to come, only a couple of them have been in the 70s. Not that
Yes,
many.
you have the reigning world champions and, of course, the Rockettes right at the very end.
Yeah, we're going to top and tail the next group with some fantastic performances. We've got Les Suprêmes from Canada, defending champions, first to go. Then it's Passion from Hungary. They'll be followed by Nexxice from Canada. They're always one to keep your eye on. Then it's Team Berlin, the Zoulous from France, and last to go, the Helsinki Rockettes. So all that coming up after the ice resurface. We will be back in around just over 15 minutes. So get yourself a cup of tea, put your slippers on, and we'll be back in a moment or two. Stay with us.
things happened here in the 1980 rink. Herb Brooks Arena as a competition well underway, gearing up for our final group of teams. That's what happened here in the 80 rink. Over next door to the 1932 rink, you might have been there already, but we have Fan Fest going on. In fact, it's going to be going on until later on this evening, 10:30 tonight. We have a small medal ceremony over there as well. All sorts to see and do with the vendors you've been hearing about, as well as some a book by Nathan Chen, some other cool stuff too, and some, one of the places that have merchandise here at the World Synchronized Skating Championships. Also will be open from noon to 7 tomorrow if you're a chance to get over there tonight. So you can Fan Fest going on next door at the 1932 rink. It's 10:30 this evening. Video board. Hey, very exciting. I have got one more group of teams set to take to the ice. I can introduce you to them, but just chance for them to introduce themselves to all of you.
Welcome back. Join us just in the nick of time as we get down to the nitty-gritty here in the World Synchronized Skating Championships in Lake Placid. That is the situation as we go into the final group. Unique leading for Finland, and then the two American teams, Miami University leading the Haydenettes as we go into the final group. They won't be happy about that. The Japanese team there in 8th place, we thought they were very, very strong indeed. And that's the situation right down to 12th place, and there the final page. The Golden Roses for Turkey at the bottom of the pile at the moment, but things really do hot up now. Chasing that 76.13, the leading score at the moment. These are the final 6 teams here in this short program. Canadian flags waving high. It really is a sea of red and white as we go into the final group. It's deafening in this 1980 arena here in Lake Placid, the Herb Brooks Arena. And there they are, the defending champions, Team Les Suprêmes from Canada. Do you think they can finish this ahead?
We will definitely see. Again, I think we're in need of, you know, an all but perfect program from them. I think I mentioned earlier they've been kind of going back and forth with their countrymen Nexxice, and haven't yet beat the Finns this season, but if there's a time to do it, it's here.
We're going to find out very shortly. Nexxice, incidentally, will be 3rd to skate. The anticipation, the excitement as the defending champions warm up now. Just to remind you, Finland leading with Unique. Then it's Miami University, then it's the Haydenettes. That's the situation going into the final group to get us underway. The defending champions from Canada, Les Suprêmes. And they need to be flawless here. The pressure really is on. They need a huge score.
Something this team does really well is they have nice, tight spacing in their no hold. And the panel can actually award that with an increase in the GOE. Beautiful spirals. Excellent unison on those twizzles. The rotational speed of that third twizzle was really nice. Gorgeous and risky. with the way that that is set up to the panel. And their final element. Wow.
Well, it's a whole different ball game now, isn't it, as we go into this group? That was remarkable.
You could feel the passion coming out of them and into the stands. It was incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. The thing that struck me with them, that they seem to have a little bit more time than anybody else. Maybe because their placement is so good. Nothing seemed rushed, nothing seemed risky, although it was remarkable.
You know, and that was kind of brings me to the thing that I was thinking about, which was they make their lines look so long and finished because they have the time to do it.
Yeah.
And they're still taking strides that change tempo just like every other team. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is a different level, isn't it?
It really is.
It's an amazing skill. And they need to be right on the money. They had to skate well. The pressure really was on, because going into this, I mean, their season's best score, 69-69. They've got to get close to that to take the lead. So they could not make a mistake. And they've handled the pressure well.
They really did. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any mistake. If there was a mistake, you couldn't find it.
Yeah, looking
They
down,
were on.
They've got positive GOEs, and pretty huge GOEs, to be honest, haven't they, as you look down?
Those are remarkable.
Everything +2s, +3s in one case.
And here's that whip intersection. As I mentioned, you want everybody going through at the same time, which they did.
Yeah, and keeping the line. It was clear. Putting it in front of the judges like that, you're taking a risk, aren't you? It's
Huge
like
risk, but
do or die, but they did it.
When they do it like that, huge reward.
Yeah. Well, hang on to your hats. 76.14. They need to go into the lead, and we reckon that was exceptional. So let's see. Could it be a season's best for the defending champions?
Team Les Suprêmes has earned in the short
Oh,
program
yes.
79
That
points.
is going to be tough to beat.
This is a season's
79
best,
points.
and they are currently in
Very good
first
components. Matching the technical score almost there. And look at that. They go shooting into the lead. You think that can be beaten?
I don't know. It's going to be tough. We'll see. We haven't seen scores in the 80s yet this year, so it's exciting.
Well, we really do have a competition on our hands now. We've got 5 teams to go. So again, on the ice now, a team not necessarily fighting for medals here, but just trying to get a personal best if they can. Love to get in the 60s in the short program this season. We wish them well. This is Team Passion from Hungary. Jailhouse Rock, a bit of Elvis Presley from them. Should be fun.
Really solid start. Nice entry feature into the whip. impressive first twizzle, speed well maintained. Final element here, the no hold. Nicely timed loops, which are hard to synchronize. Again, looking for a bit more edge pressure and depth of edge there. Putting a little bit of flair at the end of that element. Nice skate for them.
Yeah, that really was very impressive indeed. This team finished in 8th place in the World Championships last year. They come into this on the back of a really good skate in the Santa Claus Cup, where they finished in 3rd place, and I think they'll be mighty pleased with how that went. 60s has got to be a goal for them here, isn't it?
Yes, it sure is, and I think it really is achievable, so they did everything that they could.
Well, if they can get into the 60s, that would have them around 5th place at this stage, with some 4 big teams still to go. But I love the concept of the program. I thought it worked really, really well.
It was a great fit for them. Those high energy short programs seem to be doing really well here, so I think it was a wise decision.
Smiles, the kiss and cry. Big hugs, that's a good sign. Yeah, their highest score was in the Mozart Cup this season, at the beginning of the year. Look at the unison, the matching lines of the legs on the spirals.
Yeah, that was a great element for them. And also this entry feature, the difficulty into the whip, and then getting full value for that. Look at how evenly spaced they are, the unison of the rotations. The judges have to be pleased with that.
Choice of music probably helping them because there's a real defined rhythm to it, isn't there? Which must help them stay in time.
Absolutely, and it really works for things that they did well, like the twizzle element.
Okay, can they get in the 60s? Fabulous for them if they possibly can. 5th or 6th if they can.
Team Passion has earned.
Oh yes, 61.4, 5th place. Well done, one deduction there. Well, that is super. In behind the Haydenettes, and to be honest, not that far behind.
The next team competes for Canada. Here is the team Nexxice.
Well, they finished just off the podium last year. Bronze medalists back in 2017 from Canada. Skating to I Have Nothing, the brilliant song from Whitney Houston. This is Team Nexxice.
shape issues there. But really highlighting the nuances in the music. I love how you can see them really leaning over their circles, taking nice deep edges. Last few skaters there, I think we're a little too far from the point of intersection when they pass the other line. Really unique formation for this twizzle element. Effortless transition from one shape to the next.
Yes, I've got to say, as far as the program's concerned, I enjoyed that as much as any that we've seen tonight. Thought it was a beautiful rendition, lovely interpretation. It's going to come down to those nitty-gritty little bits that you were pointing out, Danielle.
Yeah, you know, I really think it's going to come down to tech for them. I think they're going to lose some points on that whip intersection, unfortunately, so we'll see how much that impacts their final score. But I do have to say, Nexxice just does a phenomenal job of highlighting the nuances in the music. They are second to none at that, and this program is no different.
You need... With a piece like that, you need a little bit of resistance in your arm movements, don't you? That little bit of tension, a little bit of sophistication, if you like. It was a sophisticated program.
It completely.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Through the no-hole section, where they were doing the turns and the little rhythm of the music, it was super.
You could see their knees undulating to the music.
Yeah, a little rise and fall they got going. It was beautiful. Really
Here's
enjoyed
take
it.
a look. Those last few skaters in each line doing more than one rotation before they intersect.
Really captured your imagination. And there are 3 teams over 70 as it stands at the moment. Remember, Les Supreme, the defending champions, right out in front with 79 points. Then Unique from Finland, 76.13, and then Miami 70.07. This team, they've been right up at 75.37 this year. They can get close to that without.
We'll see. It'll be close. We'll see what happens.
In the Spring Cup this year, where they won. In fact, they won the last 3 major international events that they participated in. And remember, they were bronze medalists back in 2017, so they're coming here really challenging for a medal if they possibly can. Haven't done enough to get themselves in the frame going into the free.
Team Nexxice has earned in the short
72.17. They'd have been hoping for a little more than that. It is 3rd place.
They are currently in 3rd place.
We've got 3 to go.
Competing next for Germany, let's welcome Team Berlin 1.
So this team got inside the top 10 last year when they finished in 7th place. Wish them well here. This is Team Berlin 1 for Germany.
Nice death spirals to accent the music as they go into the whip. Great speed and spacing there. Unfortunate fall in the twizzle element. Great use of music as they're changing shape for their circle. Little shaky on those edges from some of them.
Another team that's come out and really given it everything they've got. They skated very, very hard from the off. Really, really disappointing about the fall there. And that was on the twizzles, wasn't it? So it's going to hurt them. They're going to get a negative GOE. They're going to get the 1 point deduction there as well. So we'll have to see how that pans out. Again, this team not vying for medals here, but obviously trying to get a personal best if they can. Stay inside that top 10, which they did last year. Remember, they finished in 7th place.
Yeah, I'm just so impressed with the fight and the attack from these teams. I mean, everybody is just going as hard as they can, and it's a testament to how big of a stage this is.
Yes. Yeah, they're leaving it out there. That's all you can ask of your team, isn't it?
Absolutely. You hope they have the best skate, but as long as they go out and they do everything that they can and attack as hard as they can, that's all you can ask for.
There's a fine line between going out there and overcooking it, giving it too much. Very, very careful. So there's that fall. She was quickly up though.
She did. She got right back in there.
Yeah, really powerful piece of music.
The scores,
So
please.
where will they have them? 56-35, their best score.
Team Berlin 1 has earned in the short
Well, with the
program
fall, they can't be disappointed with that. 58.99.
This is a
New season's best.
Yeah, good for
They're
them.
early
And you know,
in
you can see they're a bit disappointed, I'm sure, because of the fall, but what a fight. Great effort. Season's best.
Yeah, without the fall, who knows? They could have been in the 60s.
Our next team competes for France. Let's
So
give
we've
a
got
warm
2
welcome
teams to go.
Team Zulu.
So this team, just outside the top 10 last year, finished in 12th place. Fared well in Rouen. They won the bronze medal. What now for Team Zulu from France?
So again, we're looking for symmetry, nice round half circles before they open into those lines. Those were a bit wide, so I'm sure they're going to take a hit with that. Unison issues with those twizzles, but good speed. Again, looking for that 135 degrees for that three-leg position in the spiral. So I'm not sure the entire team achieved that. I think they'll take a hit there as well. Nice tight block, as I mentioned earlier. The judges can reward for that and increase their GOE. A really fun wheel, nice element to end with.
So impressive. Yes, technically not one of the most difficult programs that we've seen, but as you picked out, they were so tight on that block. I think probably as tight as any of the teams we've seen.
Yes, I think so too. So, and that just makes it even more complicated because the risk of error and the margin of error is so much higher there.
Well, that's a team that hasn't been in the 50s this year. But that looked like a performance that might do it for them. Yeah, 49.73 their best score. They got in the Spring Cup.
They seem really pleased with that, and it would be amazing to see them get into the 50s here.
Looking down, the GOEs on the elements, all positive. They're not huge GOEs when you consider the leading team. Lisa Prem, they're all 2s, 3s, aren't they? You're knocking on the 2s and 3s. We're just getting positive GOEs here, but that's important, and it's a work in progress very much for this team. I like them. There was a freedom to them.
It felt soulful.
Yeah, they took that theme and ran with it.
Again, checking out some of those free leg positions.
Yeah, and they had a few errors on the twizzles in there. More than one or two of them put their free foot down, certainly on the first set of twizzles.
Yeah, and some unison issues, so technically they'll take a hit on that, and they'll take a hit on the GOE, but still, at the end of the day, really solid performance for them.
Okay. Can they get into the 50s for the first time this year?
Team Zoulous has earned in the short
Yes, they can. 52.08. It is 14th place, but it is a season's best for them, and you can't ask more than that.
Competing next for Finland, here is Team Helsinki Rockettes.
So there were bronze medalists last year. The pressure really on now for the team that's got the highest season's best score this season. Can they keep the momentum going here in Lake Placid? Last to go, the Helsinki Rockettes for Finland.
Inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out.
Something interesting is that is actually the team breathing. They did a recording session of their breathing. Edges that they took. Change of position with the free leg there. That is something that not everybody does. I was holding my breath the whole time.
Well, goodness me. Have we saved the best to the end? I think so. That looked almost flawless to me. The grade of execution looking down very, very strong on every single element, and the levels of difficulty very good as well. That could take this team into the lead. 77.52 is their season's best score, and they're looking like they are the team to beat. The Rockettes was the first established synchronized skating team in Finland, and celebrated their 30th birthday at the 2014 together with the Finnish Synchronized Skating Federation. Amazing. They were amazing.
They were breathtaking. It is going to be so close. And whichever way it shakes out tonight, I think the top teams tomorrow are going to be incredible to watch.
Yeah, it's a place for a sensational free, doesn't it? This team, they were the world champions back in 2008. They'd love to finish top of the pile here, wouldn't they?
They would, especially going into the free program last year in first place.
Just remember, it's the defending champions out in front who were brilliant. Les Supreme from Canada got 79 points. That's the target for this team. Was it better than the Canadians? It was mighty close, that's for sure. It's all gonna come down at the freeze.
I think so. Those top couple teams are really tight.
It seemed to me when I was watching this team, it was almost as if the skaters had a sixth sense. They never seemed to be looking for each other. They just knew exactly where everybody was.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can see the hours of training that go into this, and just, you know, how well-rounded these athletes are in synchronized skating.
So they're going to need a season's best and some. So about a point and a half more than they've got this season to take the lead here. 79 points is the target.
Team Helsinki Rockettes has earned in the short program
78.61. It is a season's best for them. Not quite as good as the defending champions, but it does put them into second place, and it makes for a sensational free, doesn't it?
I cannot wait until tomorrow evening. The stadium is going to be electric, and the skating is going to be
competition for the short program.
So that's how they finish. Defending champions, Les Supreme from Canada, out in front, but hot on their heels. It's the Rockettes. If they slip up at all, they'll snatch it from them, couldn't they? And it is the Finnish teams in second and third. Then Nexxice, who were very, very good. A couple of mistakes in their program. They're down with 72 points. And then the two Americans. And out of those two American teams, it has to be said the Haydenettes must be bitterly disappointed to go into the free in sixth place.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not really excited about that, but you know, I think that team is probably extremely resilient and ready to go for tomorrow, and ready to prove to everybody that they belong in the top.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it? A bit of resilience. You've got to put the short program behind you and focus on the job in hand when it comes to the free.
Doors will open earlier on. Doors 2:30 p.m. for the free skate. And again, noon till just after 7. Fan Fest happening tomorrow.
So what a first day here. Hope you've enjoyed that. 23 teams that skated their hearts out, really. And right all the way down. And we can go down to 13th place there. The Japanese team, who in our mind skated out of the box, didn't they?
They really stood out to me in a big way. The unison, the clarity of the movements, their upper bodies. I was very impressed with them.
So it is the defending champions leading. Will they be able to stave off the challenge of the Helsinki Rockettes.
They are right on their heels.
They really are. Just one mistake and they'll be right in there, won't they? Well, we'll find out tomorrow. Remember, the free starts tomorrow at 3:30 local time here in Lake Placid. If you enjoyed that and you want more of the same, join Danielle and me tomorrow. But for now, from Lake Placid, hope you've had fun. We've had a blast. And I hope you can join us tomorrow. From myself, Chris Howarth, and Danielle Ostrawa. Until tomorrow,